everyone, I am home from the doctor and there's really not a whole lot to share. I mean, this is kind of one of those appointments where it's just the checking in and sit back and wait for more stuff. But we did talk about my EKG results, and just as a lot of you had shared that it was probably nothing to worry about, you were for the most part right. It was a little something different that could have been caused by something as easily as caffeine or anxiety, things like that, which I use caffeine and I enjoy it. And I have definitely had some anxiety episodes for sure. And she did also make sure that, having a hard time thinking of a good word for it. But basically just went over the fact that had it been something that was super serious, they would have put in an urgent order for the echocardiogram. So the month wait to have it shouldn't be a big idea or a big deal. And just to keep watching and be aware of any new symptoms that might crop up. I did also talk to her about just recently, within like the last 2 weeks or so, I've been getting like tingling in my fingers every once in a while, or almost like a numbness, which is another one of those random side effects that can happen. Nothing she's concerned about, but she again wants me to keep an eye on it and let them know if it gets worse or more frequent. So those were kind of the two big takeaways. I have to wait until I believe it's the 19th is when my PET scan is scheduled. So, and she let me know that it has been taking the radiologists longer to read those test results recently. She didn't say why, but wanted me to be aware of that so I didn't freak out when I didn't get a response in the normal time frame that I've become accustomed. So, other things like that. I always feel like after these appointments, it's not silly. It isn't silly, but it's just kind of that a little bit of heaviness, a little bit more anxious because I don't have answers and there's nothing they can really tell me about how things are progressing, because it's not an appointment that has to do with a scan of any sort. So sometimes it kind of feels almost pointless and like a waste of my time. And I try and not feel like that, because at least they're still part of what's going on. And, we're making sure that we're communicating, and those are all really, really good things. I just have to try and rein in some of those feelings. One of the issues, and that causes me to also have some of those feelings, is, and it's not super recent, but I feel like it's occurring a lot more often. When I'm done with the doctor or the nurse practitioner, they tell me to sit still in the room, that like the medical assistant would be back to, bring me my exit paperwork and schedule a new appointment. And then I sit there and I sit there and I sit there. I think today I sat there for 20 minutes and no one showed up. And so I was like, it's past 5 at this point. I'm just going to leave. And as I walk out, the medical assistant who I'd expected to come in was just sitting at her computer. She could have been doing something super important. I have no idea. But at that point, I was just like, okay, bye. And I'll call to schedule an appointment. But I texted Josh when the nurse practitioner left, being like, almost done, just waiting to schedule an appointment. And then it was like 20 minutes later when I was looking back over the texts and going, I'm still sitting here, when I just decided that enough is enough. I'm not gonna keep going. So I'll try and do my best to remember to call them tomorrow to schedule a follow-up for next month. And I think that's about it for the most part. I guess good news, or no news is good news in this world. Just gotta kind of rein in those feelings of blah and now what, and that hurry up and wait, which always kind of brings my anxiety up a little bit. So I appreciate you guys for watching a second video in one day. I think next time I will just wait until the next day to post. That's probably easier for all of us, I would guess. I don't know. But I appreciate you guys, and I'll see you tomorrow.